Like my lovely introducer said, I'm the president and founder of the Energy Club at my high school. I'm also a member of a program at my high school known as the Southwest Academy of Petroleum, Engineering, and Technology, or SAPIT for short, we like to call it. And what we learn in this program is basically how oil and natural gas in Texas affects us in our day-to-day lives and the economy. And when I learned about the economy, I learned that in life we pass laws and rules day to day to keep surviving. And we do this all the time to strive to get better. So I guess it's relative to say that we strive to survive. And another thing that we learn about oil and gas is that the extraction process, the exploration process, and the consumption process of it. And when I relate the two things, I immediately notice something. In the economy, we strive to survive, yet we base ourselves on a non-renewable energy source. Does that make much sense, surviving and having an ending? By non-renewable energy source, I mean, once we use it all, it's gone. And I really thought over the past few weeks, when you went out and voted, I'm 16, when you went out and voted, you didn't go out and vote for someone that you believed was going to do okay or do good. You went out and voted for someone you believed was going to do the best for the longest amount of time. So I really thought, what is the reason we haven't switched over to a renewable energy source yet? And it has to be the price of it. The price is so high that we kind of just back away from it and say, oh, we'll keep using oil for now. And then I really thought, where does oil affect us the most? And who all drove here today? Oh, everybody. No one rode their bike. I really think oil affects us there the most in transportation. So why isn't it that we could maybe take a switch over to another fuel to save money to switch over to a renewable fuel? And I believe this magic fuel that we use will be natural gas. And the reason why I believe it will be natural gas, or what natural gas is millions of years ago, plant life and animals have died and fell into the earth and were covered by dirt and layers of rock. And these dirt and rock heated the plant life, and through pressure, it's a process called thermogenic methane, turned this into natural gas. And the reasons why I think natural gas are very positive in the U.S. is, for one, it's found and extracted in the U.S., and at one point last year, it was 51% cheaper than gas. So can you imagine spending half of what you're spending now, which is up in the 4 range, and getting the same result out of it? So natural gas has to be a good thing, doesn't it? But then you really think, didn't he just say that we don't want to be using a non-renewable fuel? And you really go, it's cheaper and it's found in the U.S., so we could use it as maybe a bridge fuel to reach where we want to be. So stuck using oil, switch to natural gas, and switch to the fuel that we would use tomorrow, maybe a space-age fuel like Wyatt spoke about earlier, maybe hydrogen, but we need the money to develop to switch into hydrogen. And when I really get down to it, I'd like to not forget to say thanks to our previous generations for all the lovely cars they've given us and the beautiful ways of life we live every day. But I'd also like to say thanks for all the problems they've laid upon our heads to solve. Because without them, we wouldn't know what to change or how we're going to change it. And I wouldn't have realized, and all my friends here wouldn't have realized, that our generation needs to no longer sit and wait for a change. We need to stand up and be the change. Thank you.